Well, congratulations on Infamous. I remember watching it a couple weeks ago and it definitely took me by surprise. I did not expect it at all. And the twist at the end really got me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
Do you
I'll
have a
just
favorite scene?
uh, honestly, I think the ending, when you walk out, I think that's my favorite just because I was totally shocked and it just totally caught me by surprise.
Hell yeah, yeah.
So I will just get started. Why were you drawn to the character of Ariel?
Well, I think when I read the script, I was just like, oh my God, we could have so much fun with this. There's a lot of room to play. I love where, the story's centered around this kind of three-way relationship. And I thought that was really smart. And one of the things that attracted me the most was, I read a lot of scripts, and so many people like to tie in social media because of today and because of its relevant and yada yada yada. And this was one of the first scripts I've read that really put these two worlds together, but did it in such a realistic, not try hard, here it is, this is this girl's life, this is how she feels way. And I was really impressed by that in the writing. And so then when I had a meeting with Josh, I was just like, can we make her really eccentric and like big and kind of nutso? And like, originally it was kind of written as a bit more of a relatable kind of character, and I wanted to make her so unrelatable and so eccentric and really like very, very nutso. And Josh agreed, and he let me take that to the fullest extent, which was really fun. And that's when I was like, yeah, I want to do this movie because I knew he was gonna give me the space to experiment and try different things and have fun. So yeah.
So you would say this role really challenged you as an actress?
Oh, for sure, challenge me. I think that one of the best scenes I think that I do in the movie is this oneer. It's a big long oneer, and it's where I'm screaming at the parents. And I'm like, he fucking did it, Ma. He stole my fucking money, Ma. No, he did, Ma. And, I really wanted people to watch that scene over and over again to see that, I really experience almost every different level of emotion in that one take, in a one scene, one time we do this because it's a oneer. And I really go from up here to crying to upset to convincing to pleading to why doesn't my mom love me enough to believe me instead of her piece of shit boyfriend to I'm gonna fucking kill you both. I'm going to murder you. And that was one of the first scenes I read in the script when she says, when she's like, I will kill you. I was like, oh, because it's meant as such you look at Ariel and you go, oh, don't push her. She
Yeah.
just might, I thought that was, I fucking love that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes that I've done.
Yeah, because I felt like from that oneer, it just felt like a roller coaster that just kept going up and down, which is really, really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Um, Over the course of the movie, she makes a lot of questionable decisions, I would say. Things definitely take a turn. Throughout it all, do you empathize with her?
Not necessarily. I think that it, that's a hard one. I think that when you watch it, well, one of the things that I wanted to change, right, is in the script, she always made these decisions, but she was a normal girl. She was, maybe you'd met that girl before and she's your friend's cousin or something, and you definitely have seen this girl or a version of this girl. And I thought like, ugh, I don't want people to, I don't like when women are just written as kind of stupid and they're making dumb decisions. And so that was one of the things I really wanted to play against, was my character she doesn't care if it's a bad decision. She doesn't go, oh no, I just fucked up. Oh no, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? You know, I wanted her to be strong in her choice, to be definite, and to make a wrong choice and say, I don't give a fuck, because now I just made that choice and now we have to keep going. So that's that. And I thought that that was really strong, because we don't see a lot of main women on film, you know, like that. We don't experience that from women a lot.
For sure. And I felt like she owned all of her decisions, regardless of what they were. She was like, I got to keep going, just keep driving, just gotta go. So, and we really don't see that very often. You are right. You know, with Ariel, we see that this drive to be famous has sort of made her desensitized to a lot of the consequences for her actions. You know, do you find that her obsession with fame is sort of true to what's happening in real life for a lot of even young girls?
Yeah. I think that this obsession with fame, you know, it gives us like this really weird, you know, line to cross. And this line that we're crossing is really, really thin. And every day we see more and more people cross it for likes, for an average, you know. It started first, right, with kind of like the Viners. And Viners were always doing crazy, stupid shit, and everybody wanted to watch it because, like, they might hurt themselves or they might go do something too crazy. And, oh, my God, can you believe they did that? And that, you know, grew into this, like, explosive obsession with, like, oh, man, we are obsessed with people that do this, people that entertain us in this way that we would only see in a movie. And I think bringing that realism to a person and that movie aspect is what gets our minds so obsessed with watching this stuff, because we know it happens in real life. It's just now somebody's recording it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's not producers and directors telling, you know, how to do it. It's, oh no, we're really watching this now. And these are kids doing this. And I think that the easiest thing that it's probably a really terrible analogy for it, but I think that same kind of with like showing skin on Instagram, right? Like, you know, you'll see on Instagram that the more skin you show, for some people, it like higher their like average. And that is a thing that, you know, we all want. We all want a higher like average. We want more followers. We want people to tell us, oh, they love us, that we're pretty, that we're interesting, that we're smart, that we're cool. You know, we want people to keep engaging with us so much that then when we stop posting things like that, we're like, oh, wait, we're not getting that same attention. So now I got to push it one step further, because I'm not getting that attention anymore. So I need to even show, let's say, even more skin than I wanted to. And that gets us in this really uncomfortable position of how much of ourselves are we willing to give to go that extra mile. And with celebrities, the fun part is you never know how much they've given. You know, you never know what of themselves they didn't want to give you, but we all have it now. And that's kind of like, I feel like it's a little creepy. It's a little weird.
Absolutely. And, you know, as you immersed yourself in Ariel's experience, and you have had firsthand experience with fame and social media, did your views on fame and social change from start to finish of filming Infamous?
No, I think, you know, I had an interesting, you know, I think from the minute I read the script, I knew where we were trying to go with Ariel, and that her thought process was not right. But the most fun part is, you know, believing in that thought process. And me as a human being, I can very much see how this would happen in real life, you know, so that I didn't change my views because that is a character, and as well as people are like this character, but, you know, I always kind of knew that this might be a thing, if that makes sense. Like, you know, from the minute I read the script, I was like, whoa, that's super realistic. That could very much fucking happen. And I think even shooting it, that's exactly what I thought too, and watching it, I'm like, yep, Still what I think.
Absolutely. Okay, so we need to talk about that ending. What was your reaction when you read that ending, when Ariel walks outside after the robbery and just sees her hundreds of fans? Were you surprised by that?
I was definitely surprised by the ending. I was also just like in love with it. Like, I was so happy that this is the way that it ended, you know, as well as if definitely reading it, I was like, that's the best ending for Ariel. Because in her mind, exactly what Dean says, we both get what we wanted. And she's like, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I want. But the life, you know, exactly what we say in the movie, life has a funny way of working itself out. It's the universe. It's the universe. And, you know, she put that out there in the universe. She put that out there until she got that. And yeah, she didn't know that all these people were going to die in the meantime of trying to get that thing. But I think at the end, when you see the fans, you're like, whoa, like it makes you kind of sick to your stomach. And it also makes you go, she was right. Yeah. And I think that's the powerful message is right there, is that, oh no, like, you know, we need to calm it down. We need to take a step back from social media because she was right. And this could fucking happen. And while it would be happening, fans would be loving people for it. They're like the events that happen in the movie, you're like, oh no, they could very much play out. So I think that the ending was the best choice because we needed to send like a few different messages, and it definitely did that. That ending served different messages.
Absolutely. What do you want audiences to take away from this movie, especially as fame and social media continue to be such a huge presence in our society?
I want people to know that I know that we know that social media is dangerous and fame is dangerous, but we don't know that as much. You know, I think that in the sense, did you watch Don't Fuck with Cats?
Of course.
Okay. So in that way that he wanted to be famous so bad, you know, he needed this thing so bad that it didn't matter what lengths he was going to have to go to get it. And, you know, we need to remind ourselves when pushing people over the edge on social media, bullying people on social media, doing these things on social media that we know are spreading hate or insecurities or this or that. And, you know, you don't know who's having a bad day. You really don't know who's this close from crossing that line. And you very much just might be the person to push them over. And that's a scary thing. We all need to be much more responsible for our words and for our actions. And just because social media is on the internet doesn't mean that you can sit behind a computer screen and do the same shit. These are people's lives. This is real fucking life. And I hope people, really, really digest that from watching the movie and go, oh, fuck. Yeah, my words do matter. This like, you know, I'm basically just like rambling on, but you know, even the canceling of people and the this of people and the that, and everyone just thinks it's like, well, it's not me, I don't care, you know, I'm just gonna go, oh, and you don't realize that these people are on the edge. A lot of people are on the edge, and you just don't know how far it's gonna go until you are pushed off the edge.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, I absolutely loved Infamous. It really made me think, and it's been a long time since I've really thought about something after I've watched it. So thank you for that, because, you know, we have so much content that it's so hard these days to really have something that's thought provoking. Mm-hmm. So I really, really had to digest everything that I had just watched and really think about just everything. And it was awesome. So thank you.
Yes.
Perfect.
Score.
Well, you have a great rest of your day, and I'm sure we will be chatting again very, very soon, Bella. Thank you so much.
Ditto. Stay safe.
You too.